Morning, everybody. This is the morning show. Spencer Israel, JC Parets, Steve Strazza. Is today going to be a green day? Well, almost certainly it will be. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all who partake in those festivities. Much to discuss, as always. Kenny Glick will stop by. Phil Perlman will stop by. And that's the plan. And we will talk about earnings. We will talk about yesterday. What a good day yesterday was. We'll talk more about that. That was pretty exciting stuff. A lot of stuff to buy. I don't know what's on JC's mind or on Steve's mind. It's a surprise. Every day is a surprise. We're going to have to just wait and see. Are you ready? Yes? All right. If you're watching us on YouTube, give me a like. I would appreciate that. Thank you very much. We got them both here backstage. They're lurking. So let's bring them both out and start the morning show. Here we go.
Oh, happy St. Patty's there, Mr. Spencer.
You are dressed so much more festive. This is like the closest green thing that I own. And it's not even really green. It's blue. I
got my Ireland mug. Look at that guy.
That is a nice looking mug.
Dude, I love Ireland, man. What a great country. Seriously. One of my favorite places I've ever visited in my life. And I'm not sheltered. I've been to a few countries. Dude, Ireland is awesome. Irish hurling. Hurling is an underrated sport. Dude, you got to watch the hurling championships. It's in June. You got to subscribe to the Gaelic Athletic Association, the GAA. It's like the Sunday ticket, but for hurling.
I don't know what hurling is.
It's if baseball and lacrosse and soccer and football, more lacrosse than football, kind of had a baby in Ireland 4,000 years ago.
Okay.
So it's like how men of army age would train for war is to play this game 4,000 years ago. That's how they would keep the men in shape, by playing this game for war. And so it's just awesome.
All right. I don't know if I've ever heard of this before, but I'm now you got my curiosity.
Subscribe to the Gaelic Athletic Association, the GAA. It's $10 for the year. It's like a joke. It's nothing.
Okay.
And then you get the championships.
I will say that part of the world, England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, that is number one on my travel bucket list. I want to go there.
I want to take the kids because number one, it's super close. If you're going to go to Europe, doesn't get much closer than Ireland. And there's castles everywhere, dude.
That's why.
Dude, you go to Limerick, there's castles. Dude, Kilkenny is so fun. So I'm a Kilkenny cat. I like the Miami Dolphins, the Miami Heat, the Miami Hurricanes. But when it comes to Irish sports, I rock with Kilkenny. Kilkenny's where they go on their bachelor parties and bachelorette parties and stuff. It's a bunch of bars and castles ovs.
Okay.
Nice little town. It kind of goes into the town and then comes out. Small, good Kilkenny. Shout out to Kilkenny.
Right. It's St. Patrick's Day today.
Yeah, St. Patrick was an Italian.
I've heard that.
We've gone over this. Yes.
Dude, shout out to Italy. Doesn't get any love on St. Patrick's Day, even though the dude was from Italy.
All the best saints.
I don't know about all the best saints. The Spaniards had some good ones. Come on. Shout out to the Spanish.
Practice safe drinking. St. Patrick's Day mostly just reminds me of busy season. Really didn't get to participate in my adult life.
Dude, don't forget, what's interesting about hurling is that Dublin sucks.
Dublin, the city or the team?
Both. The city, the team from the city from Dublin. Dublin dominates in soccer or football, as they call it there. But in hurling, they're one of the worst.
How do you know so much about Irish hurling?
Dude, Ireland is awesome. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
I never even heard of this sport before. It's 5 minutes ago.
They're the nicest people. You can't understand a word they're saying, but it's fine. They're having a great time. And then if you go to Galway is St. Patrick's Day every day of the year.
Okay.
Just bars everywhere. Everyone getting drunk all day, all night. If it was St. Patrick's Day on the Upper East Side, but they do that every day. It's kind of cool.
All right. Cool. Should we talk markets?
They got
That's-
big cows there. Big
eventually?
cows.
Let's talk markets.
Please.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Dow futures this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, the world's most important stock market index up 133 points today. 47,420. That's about 0.25%. S&P's up 20 bips, just under 6,800. That's 200 points from S&P 7,000. Kind of a big deal. NASDAQ 100 up a smidge, 27 handles. That's 24,920. 30-year bond futures are flat at 114.5 or so on the ZBs. Crude oil up 2%. So that's, 95.5 for crude oil. Copper down about 1%, 578. Gold, up a tiny bit, 5,025. You got silver up 0.5% at 81, with the VIX down to 22. VIX getting smacked. I want to talk about the positioning in the VIX. And over in funny money land, making these moves. Strazza slipping into my DMs on Sunday nights about crypto. What kind of market is this? Pushing 74,000, down 1,000 points this morning after a big day yesterday. Big day. And then Ethereum, 2320, down 1.4%. Solana, 94, down 2% and change. Total crypto market cap, Mr. Spencer Israel, 2.5 trillion. Okay. 2.5 trillion.
Okay.
The crypto stuff is definitely a positive development. You want to see financials, establish some sort of tradable low here and see where the bounce takes them. If there's one area of the market that you got to look at and say, that damage needs to be repaired, it's financials.
Yeah.
Private equity, private credit, still not quite done falling. It appears.
What about discretionary? Discretionary doesn't get a shout out on that conversation.
Discretionary at those November lows. That's a big one. Tesla's at a major level. That's a critically important stock for the indexes. And it's the AI theme, right? Whatever the hell is going on here, Huang is out trying to pump the space. Nothing's working.
Wow.
I did some napkin math. And I'm known to do some great NVIDIA napkin math. I'm no Gene Munster. I don't spend more than 5 minutes on this shit. But we had a special event in May of 2023 when NVIDIA first came out with their earnings. I was on with Patrick from the chart report. I said, this stock's going 5 to 10x. It can't not if what they're saying is true. It did. This time last year, we did some napkin math about China. Remember, I said NVIDIA is going back to China. That should unlock 30 to 50% upside in the stock in the coming months to quarters. We saw that move off of the March, April lows. He came out yesterday. Wait for it. He said $1 trillion in top line.
Was that a fadeaway jumper? What were you doing there?
That might as well have been. Yeah.
Okay. Not 500
You're
billion.
trying to draw a foul?
Yeah.
That's a ridiculous number, right? And JC, you've come on here and said who's going to be the first to 10 trillion, right? Of the Mag 7s. And what I always say, it's just based on the numbers, it can't not be NVIDIA. It has to be NVIDIA. Like where we are today.
10 trillion is still $4.5 trillion away. So that's a lot. So I'm thinking maybe Tesla.
No, it has to be NVIDIA. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay. So this company has basically peak software margins, 75% gross, 55. They did 55 net margin, fiscal year 20 or calendar year 25. So I think it was like 215 billion top line, netted them profits of over 120 billion. Absolutely ridiculous, right? So they're dropping over 50% of those sales to the bottom line. Move it. So margin compression or valuation compression would be the concern here. Like you said, whatever it is, 4.5 trillion today. If we model out $1 trillion in sales, apply that same, let's bring it down, right? 500 basis points. Bring the net margins down to 50%. That's 500 billion. In net income. So they're basically doing like a 4 or 5x on the bottom line. Okay. The stock currently trades at about 22 times forward, which is ridiculously low. The cheapest valuation of any max. You've never seen a stock that's so good, rewriting the rules of how a company can grow at scale, that's been so cheap. So this is at the same time, the single
is half the price of Walmart.
Single greatest story in terms of economics of a business, right? And then the cheapest tech stock like known to man. At least that grows like this. So anyway, just follow me here. Say $1 trillion in sales, 500 billion in net income. at today's valuation, the PE on 2027 earnings per share, about 9 times. Company's trading like it's going freaking bankrupt. Okay. So I think there's at least a double in NVIDIA into the end of the year, probably more to get more in line, right? If you assume the same multiple, 20 times.
I like it when Strazza gets all fundamental. Starts
20
talking,
times on
gets all-
500 billion is 10 trillion, right? So I think that's where NVIDIA is going. JC is hands down easily going to be the first company to hit 10 trillion in market cap. This announcement from Jensen, if you believe him, and I think the market believes him, they maybe just don't think it's sustainable, and they're factoring in a lot of margin compression. Not even a lot, but some
is it
sort of margin
Wong
compression
or is
valuation.
it Huang? Like, do you pronounce like the like my name is Juan, like Juan Carlos, right? How would he be the equivalent, the Taiwanese equivalent to Juan?
Huang, like Huang?
I think you can go either way. But importantly, he didn't say $1 trillion in revenue by like the end of the decade or whatever.
No,
He said next year.
Yeah.
He said 2027, which is next year. By the
$1 trillion in revenues
no, not for the whole company. For one product line or two, right? It was for the Blackwell and the Vera, right? Software that goes with it. So,
and that's how you value companies, right? You look forward. You look to the next year, not this year or last year. You look to the next year. So based on next year's economics and everything NVIDIA said over the past several years, and even before then, has come true and then some, right? So if you can just, take this leap of faith with Jensen and say, okay, they're going to do $1 trillion, stock trades at 9 times earnings. There's never been a cheaper tech stock in the world. So I think you buy NVIDIA hand over fist, and it's got at least a double in it over the course of the next, 3-4 quarters.
All right. Can we talk about something important?
That's a great take.
No, I like it when Strazza gets a little fundamental, but once he starts talking about forwards, that I'm just like,
this is all basic math. It's super basic.
I'm aware. It's great. It's fantastic. I've read The Intelligent Investor and all that shit. I understand it. Thanks. Yeah. I know I play dumb sometimes, but I get down with my fundies. I get down with my fundies when it matters. When it's my company.
$1 trillion is just
all right. Throw up. Okay, I got a couple things going on. So throw up slide 5 there. Let's actually remind everybody what happened. What we talked about from Todd Stone. Throw up the new slide 5. All right. So Todd Stone, go throw up the new slide 5, and then we'll come back to this.
Big red.
Refresh that. So all right. So our friend Todd Stone, friend of the show, big fan, all of us of the team over there at Strategist, and Todd, of course, best guy in the business when it comes to ETFs. Talking about the net outflows out of equity ETFs last week, right? First time we've seen that since April. And if you recall what happened after last April, we had one of the greatest stock market rallies of our generation. Immediately after, investors did exactly what they did last week, is actually take money out of equity ETFs. So that's interesting in and of itself. And then when you back this up with macro charts, throw that up here.
And JC, it was the biggest outflows since COVID.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen outflows since the bottom last year.
And then after COVID was the greatest rally of all time, actually, by definition. The stock market has never gone up that high, that fast ever in American history. So let's add to that. And then I want to give a big shout out to macro charts, which is great that we have this morning show, guys. And if you're in the audience, this is really important. We get to give love to our friends that do great work. Todd Stone, obviously, you guys know him very well. Macro charts, another one, does fantastic work. And this is a great chart showing the volume in short ETFs spiking to the highest degree ever. So not only are investors taking money out of their equity ETFs and selling their stock positions, they are actually betting that the stocks are going to fall at the greatest rate that we've ever seen ever. How do you feel about that, Mr. Strazza? Do you think that they're going to be right in these decisions, or do you believe that these are irrational decisions being made under stressful conditions where they cannot think logically and are therefore making huge mistakes? What do you think?
I love this. Another one for the bull camp. Let's go, baby.
Get macro on the show. Get macro on the show. We give him a lot of love. Let's show off the man himself. Dude, he does great work, no question. Throw up the next one. This one.
Wait. I have a question about that chart. How much of that? How much of that short ETF volume? How much of that red line is simply there is a greater number of short ETFs in existence than ever before.
Yeah, maybe fine, but it's really just showing the capital flow, right? Whether there's more ETFs or not, it doesn't change that. It's a good point, Spencer, but I don't think that necessarily matters, right?
All right. It probably matters a little bit, but all right.
You know, the big ones still dominate anyway, right? So
Yeah.
it doesn't actually matter, even though there's more, right? So then here's the other one. So remember when we were in January and we were in Miami, and I'm talking about the positioning by asset managers in the VIX and being like, yo, that's got to unwind somehow. Remember that? And we're going on and on and on. And everybody's like, all right, JC, can we move on now? Right? Remember that? Nobody gave a fuck that I was talking about this position. Do you remember, Spencer?
I didn't know they had this. Asset manager VIX positioning?
Yeah, these are speculators this is the COT.
Got it.
So asset managers, the speculators, the large specs, they had on their largest net short positions in the VIX ever. So of course, as we know, when asset managers are incredibly short something, usually goes up, right? As we know. And so in January, when we were in Miami and I'm pounding the table, I'm like, hey, anybody, how is this going to unwind? Well, it just unwound. And these asset managers short the VIX got steamrolled, and that position has completely unwound. So now that overhang, right, that's no longer there. Like that headwind for equities to go higher and volatility to fall is now available to the market where it wasn't before. So I think that's a huge change in market positioning that I think is worth noting. And I want to give a big shout out to Macro Charts. Does amazing work. Give them a follow, showing this chart beautifully. Well done.
Yeah, I'm for it. I like it. Would be great to have Robert on to kind of kick it around. But you're starting to see some bottomy stuff more and more.
All right. So
Right. And also trash takes. Some trash takes about NVIDIA in the chat. Really, I love this bullish sentiment. Fading all, especially you, Harminder.
Guys are too many cortaditos. Do they have good cortaditos by you, or it's all gringos?
Puerto Ricans make the best chicken.
Puerto Ricans. Wow, the Peruvians are going to have something to say about that.
I've done the work. This crispy
Puerto Ricans chicken over the Peruvians?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Thighs, and it's like crackling and crunching in your mouth like a stale baguette. In a good way.
No, shout out to the Puerto Ricans. They do good work.
Great chicken.
Shout out to Venezuela and their baseball team.
State, apparently.
Dude, some of the best baseball players I ever played with were Venezuelan.
Yeah. That's what Trump tweeted about. He was tweeting about their baseball prowess, and then he toyed with the idea of them being the 51st state. Did I read that right?
Oh wow, are we really going there? We're going to the 51st state is Venezuela. I didn't see that one coming.
We're not.
He's saying crazy things about lots of countries these days. It's absolutely hilarious. The way he talks about Greenland, Canada, Cuba lately. You hear what he said about Cuba, JC? Maybe we'll take it. Maybe we'll free him. I don't know, but I think I can do whatever I want with it.
All right.
Dude, the lady across the street from me in the Poconos, she's Cuban. Small world.
Wow.
Really?
Also didn't see that one coming.
I didn't think there would be too many Cubans up here.
We don't have Cubans up here. Like every now and then you'll find a Cuban in some random place because they're fucking lost and they don't even know how they got there. But like, you know, around me, we got Puerto Ricans. We got Puerto Ricans by us because they come from the Bronx, right? Over to Pennsylvania. And they're like, I'm sick of the city. I'm going out to PA with the Amish, right? And then we get Dominicans too. So the mofongo around me is off the charts, dude. Off the charts. So good. You don't got Dominicans by you, do you?
I thought the mofongo was Puerto Rican.
Puerto Ricans do it too. The Puerto Ricans do more of a fufu.
Okay.
The Dominicans kind of own the mofongo.
There's some Dominicans around. There are Dominicans in Florida. Probably more in the Keys than here.
Good mofongo, man, with like a steak. Woo!
Good stuff. Yeah. All right, enough about the food. Let's
great the meats.
Yeah.
I got a big box of meat heading my way, like a big box, exotic meats, and I get excited on meat day. You know, meat delivery day. Big day for me. Can't
You're not
wait.
celebrating St. Patrick's Day?
Huh?
You got too many vowels in your last name to celebrate St. Patrick's?
That's me. Irish food, English food, British food, whatever food. I'm not interested in any of that food.
No,
Not
let me
for
tell you
England
something.
and mash
Strazza,
out here.
I'm sitting here giving lots of love to Ireland, and I do love Ireland, but not known for the food.
You can have your corned beef and whatever.
Yeah, you don't like your bangers and mash?
I don't want any of it. No
No,
offense.
yeah, it's not for me. You know, they do like a decent like chicken Oscar. It's pretty good.
I'll go drink a Guinness tonight at the local bar. That's what I'll do.
I don't even
And then
like
I'll
Guinness.
come home and eat a steak. All right. That's how I'll
The
celebrate.
Guinness factory is kind of cool. The Jameson distillery tour is way better than the Guinness one.
I've heard good things about that.
The Guinness one's fine. It's like it's modern and clean, while the Jameson's a little more like old school vibe. It's cool. Yeah.
Shout out whiskey.
Shout out whiskey. I never drink whiskey these days, man. I'll probably drink some whiskeys tonight. Earmuffs, Perlman.
Do we want to talk about crypto? I see some crypto charts in the deck here.
Yeah, throw that up. Let's talk about what's happening here. Are we getting thrusty? Is this thrusty?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
Thrusting in what? Like a Mo thrust? Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Look, screaming about this yesterday. 8 straight days, going on 9 straight days, maybe 10 straight days soon. It's really good. There's a relentless bid for crypto. Everybody wants to tell you the market's crashing. It's not. The riskiest assets in the world are going higher, not lower, completing basis. Go ahead. Give me your bearishness. Tell me how this is bearish. No, chat. Tell me how this is bearish.
I was going to say, I'm in. I'm rooting for you, buddy.
Dude, Solana and you can some nice starting line momentum from Ethereum, right? Big day yesterday, like getting some big green. You want to see big green candles come out of this situation. I want to see an update today. I want to see them, flip it green across the board. Breath has been good. Even the shitty altcoins are going up for a change. Ripple had a big day yesterday. Even the meme tokens, off the floor out here. And then stuff like
you say meme tokens?
Yeah, stuff like Coinbase, Circle, Galaxy, MicroStrategy, Biminer, all making new multi-month highs. I mean, things are good. Things are good in the cryptos.
Biminer.
Biminer.
And have the visor.
Biminer.
You know what nobody's talking about? And I hate to be that guy to be like, hey, nobody's talking about this like all the time. But sometimes I'm actually right. And this is the one that nobody is talking about.
What? Mofongo.
Mofongo's underrated, dude.
Just like that word.
Mofongo?
It's a tremendous dish.
It is it's a side dish. I guess it can be.
No, I beg to differ.
Slide 2. It's an aggressive main dish, mofongo. I like to have my mofongo with the steak.
Right, sure.
Steak, mofongo, maybe some rice and beans. You know what I'm saying? And a nice, I guess you got to go with that. You got to go with, I guess like an Argentinian, like a Malbec from Argentina. That's probably what I would drink with that. Maybe a Ribera de Duero from Spain. I could do maybe also. Anyway, nobody's talking about this.
Okay, you like this? So ETH over bitters.
It's not that I like ETH over bitters, or I don't know what. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that this is a very interesting development in the world of crypto that there is 0.0 people on this planet talking about. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. It's irrelevant. And I'm here to tell you that this is a big deal, my friends.
Love it.
I figured you would. I figured you would.
I'm in, dude. Yeah, I do think it's Ethereum over Bitcoin because it would be about damn time.
Let me ask you this. When the book gets published, and I'm quoting Strazza on the old Scoop and Score, and I'm calling you, be like, Strazza, can you send me some of your favorite Scoop and Scores so I can put it in chapter 16 of the book,
Yeah.
Is this going to be one of them?
Well, let's see where it goes, right? I'm going to send you the ones that score hardest, right? But for now, beautiful scoop.
So what does this mean? What does this mean to you? Why don't we explain to the folks? What does ETH squeezing relative to the BTC mean for you?
I think it would probably mean breadth expansion. I think you could extrapolate it to just overall general breadth expansion in crypto, which is always a bullish thing.
Because you're looking at ETH as a representative of the alts.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I would pair this.
Senator. This is the senator of the alts, or like more the speaker of the house.
Definitely. And the next chart I'm looking at is Sol BTC. Right. I'm going to do similar analysis on that. And if these things are scooping, and moving higher, it's telling you that not only is, participation broadening within the crypto space, but that investors are moving out on the risk spectrum a little bit. I think people have gotten really used to just relying on Bitcoin to do the heavy lifting in their crypto portfolios, but people are going to move out on that risk spectrum, right? And buy others like Solana, ETH, and then favor those over your blue chip.
How come Solana ETH looks so terrible?
ETH's been good.
So it's an ETH story.
Good. Solana hasn't been good. It looks great on an absolute basis, though.
Here,
dude, just buy the Coinbase. You see this bull flag in the Coinbase?
I did. I'm with you.
Coinbase already moved. I mean, if you're investing in crypto and you don't have an anchor position in Coinbase, what are you doing? Circle continues to move higher, like day in and day out, by the way. And this bullish, the BLSH, nice.
Throw up the news slide too there. This is the one that's interesting because when you talk about risk appetite and breadth expansion, and in theory, Solana should be doing well. But when you look at Solana relative to ETH, that son of a bitch looks like it's about to break. That thing looks like shit.
I bet it digs in. We'll see.
You think they dig in and squeeze it? Sol? I don't know. It looks pretty shitty.
I think it digs in. I think Solana eventually has $1 trillion market cap, and if you have a long time frame here, the upside is absolutely
seems like more like opportunity cost to me, Mr. Strazza. And I'm talking. I don't have the crazy, the crazy brain, because I don't own any Sol. I sold it because I needed some cash.
Buy back.
Like last summer, right?
Buy back. This is the place. This is the time to do it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think so.
Do it.
I can if I wanted to. I'm trying to put more work into crypto, but this doesn't make me want to do that at all. In fact, it makes me want to stay away.
No.
What do you guys think, guys? You guys with me on this? Like, I want to own Solana. I sold my Solana for reasons that had nothing to do with the market last summer. Literally just needed cash to buy a house for my family. And so that was part of the, one of the things that I didn't want as much as I wanted other things. So I sold it. So that ended up working out well for me. It's just luck of life. Sometimes things work out for you. But I want to be long Sol. I agree with all the things Straz is saying. $1 trillion Sol? Yeah, why the hell not? Where is it right now? 70, 80? Right? That's a 12 bagger at least, right? I want in.
How much higher is the market cap of ETH than Solana right now? Because Solana continues to narrow the gap.
Hundreds of billions.
Yeah.
Is right now Ethereum is 280, Solana is 50.
It's too much. I think
the market disagrees because
I think 3x would make sense here based on like the ecosystem revenues.
Are we really going there? Ecosystem revenues? Are we really going there?
Mm-hmm. They have the fastest growth in the crypto space still.
All right. Well, I'm more interested in selling things at higher prices than where I buy them, and not the ecosystem growth metrics. Yeah,
but it's worth pointing out that this is a real crypto, right? This is one of the real players in the space. I got it from Alpine Butcher this time, not Snake River, but I'm a big fan of Snake River. I love what they do.
Yeah,
great cows out there.
And then where are they? Are they in Wyoming?
Alpine Snake River's in Colorado, but you see them on menus everywhere. You see them menus everywhere now. Like we were at Smith and Walensky last week. They're like bragging about the Snake River meats. You see that a lot at steakhouses these days. So they're dominating. But Alpine Butcher is a really good one for the Wagyu. Up in Boston or like the surrounding area, I'm pretty sure it's in Boston. But I love getting the Wagyu from them.
I got to tell you something. I ordered bagels from Essa the other day.
On the belly?
On the Gold Belly. Yup. Yeah. So we were at I was with a bunch of neighbors and a local bagel place, I think burned down or something like that. And I was just like, good. Bagels suck there anyway. Right. And then one of the little girls, she started laughing. And I was like, oh, you think that's funny, huh? She's like, yeah. I'm like, they're not very good. She's like, no. I was like, I'll get you some bagels. Right. And the next day I went to Gold Belly and I ordered a bunch of Essa bagels. And I went around my neighborhood and handed them out to different friends of mine. And
what a guy. What a guy.
And then I ate them and I was like, man, these are fucking So good.
They
So
check out,
good.
right?
Essa Bagels, ESSA. Just order them on Goldbelly. Order your favorite cream cheese, your favorite type of bagel. I'm an everything guy. One of the other gals was a cinnamon raisin. The other ones wanted plain.
JC's everything with veggie, correct?
Everything with veggies, my move. Yeah.
Nice. I'm everything with olive.
Maybe chives. You know, I've been kind of
I
getting into the chives a little now.
Love the chive cream cheese
Yeah.
too. I like the lox cream cheese.
Extra
Mix a little
toasty.
lox in there.
Extra toasty. Around here, they don't toast the bagels enough, and they disrespect the schmear. You can't do either one of those. You can't disrespect the schmear, and you need a good toast, a good crunch to that bagel. These Gentiles out here, they don't know nothing.
Any bagel shop that gives you a light schmear, they're just amateurs.
Dude, I love that they're telling me, hold on, this is really good. So
What?
I'm being told, JC, try Tao Bagels. Daniels, I used to live
You don't
across
know?
the street from Tao
Please.
Bagels.
Please.
Not only did I live across the street from Tao Bagels is better than Essa. It's just that Tao Bagels is not on Goldbelly, right? So
I know.
I love you, Daniels, 897, so much. Oh, I literally lived on 55th between First and Sutton Place, right across the street from Tao Bagels. And the place is off the charts. Great car. You can get the coffee from there, too. They have, like, the ground Tao Bagel coffee. Yeah, you can get it.
Yeah.
Dude,
Great
and then
bagels.
they slice the lox, like, it's so thin that it turns into, like, a
Garlic.
paste.
Yeah.
Woo-wee!
Amazing.
Shout
Amazing.
out to Tao. Love you for that.
If
Essa's
anything,
not number one. Tao's number one.
the Essa bagels are too big, no? They're big.
You think they are because when you see them, you're like, fuck, these are huge. But no, they're good. They're good. All right, let's go. Kenny's here.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't come from my club, they tugged it. Putting up numbers, 99 problems, and I still kept it 100. Hold up. Yeah.
Kenny Glick in the house. On mute. They got good bagels in Jersey, so that's good. No, Kenny's still out. First timer, Kenny. So this is called YouTube.
What? Why am I on default that it's never been defaulted off here? What happened? Somebody hacked me.
I like your hoodie. That's a nice hoodie.
Thanks. I got to represent every kid, I was always rocking the Georgia gear. My other kids.
No, it's true. It's a little disrespectful. That is true. I hadn't really thought about that, but fair. Yeah. No, this is nice. This is nice gear.
Yes, thank you. Plus the women made it to the tournament, so JMU women, let's go.
Kenny Glick, yeah, shout out to the Lady Stags winning the MAC. Can you remind the folks that shorting is short-lived and you're gonna die? That's how I learned it from a great philosopher.
Yes, we're talking about that just now, about a minute ago. Very difficult to remain short. So we were talking, we didn't even get into the conversation about the March 20th prediction. It's the 20th/23rd. It's a Friday, Monday kind of thing. It just felt right, especially in this market that's topped out in October. I just believe that this frustration of the bulls will lead to an exodus. But at the same time, if you're not seeing how Bitcoin's holding this all together, then you're just delusional right now, because Bitcoin strength is holding this market together. There's no other way to put it. So if Bitcoin goes back, rolls over, breaks 60, then we're in trouble. But right now we're in a wonderful trading range and it's fantastic. And, there are stocks to short. If you guys were with us on WNW yesterday, did you see this one?
WNW?
Yeah, we basically, listen, this is what's great about the way we trade.
Maywu Technology?
Yeah. Once you have a skill set.
Chinese internet retail?
Yes. The best part was it's a skincare company, but they said they have AI skincare. I don't know what that means, but the joke was on and the pump was there, but we really just stayed focused on it because I was just trying to show people. I was like, listen, no matter how excited you are to be long this stock, I just want to remind you, it will be at zero either today or tomorrow, because that's the nature of these stocks, these split adjusted reverse stock, garbage, worthless pieces of nothing. And they're fun to trade. And they're awesome because you go back and you saw it, some of these levels from the last squeeze that this thing could get to easily $10. And if it breaks 10, you get 12.50. And then inevitably it went to zero. But, we try to take something away or learn. You want to learn something every day about trading, and that makes you a better trader over time. And that's how you last, because day trading is all about just being consistent, finding something that works, and doing that thing over and over again. And right now, it's long the cues, like it or not.
Can you show the cues? Actually, that's exactly what I was going to ask you. Can you walk us through where we're at there? Because we were talking about the anchored VWAP yesterday and where it needed to be. So clearly we're above that.
Yeah, here you go. So this is just now. I live in the moment, right? So if you were thinking about, and let me just show you this is again why I believe we're headed down. So it's just that big double top, that inability to get over all-time highs back there to start the year. This consolidation, I believe, will lead to a breakdown this time. And again, it's not even that big of a deal. It's 570 I'm looking for. But if that doesn't hold, it can get a lot worse. But then you live in the moment, and this market's telling you, shh, no shorting. So here's that overnight session. You got over the VWAP, and you tested it and held. And just now you tested it and held again, and you had Fat Finger Freddy telling you that we were about to spike, and then we went there again. If you're not believing that this market's pre-programmed now, I can't show it to you enough. This print, remember, we were down
that's your Fat Finger Freddy right there?
Right, and then we printed there. And
what time was the Fat Finger Freddy?
Fat Finger Freddy usually shows up between 8 and 8:10 in the mornings, and it spikes up, shows you where it's going to go, and then it went right there, coincidentally being the prior day VWAP. And wonderful trade so far, but once it gets over prior day and holds it, now you're still long with purpose. But and here's the thing that we've been talking about lately. When people say, well, where are we going to go from here? I don't know. If you're long, 1 million. If you're short, 0. What you're going to do on the way back down is what's important. And right now, that wonderful orange line, that's your stop. Clearly identifying the trade going forward. So if you're going to sell out, right now you're looking for 602.50 and then 605. Well, the recent high was the 603.87 from a couple of days ago. I'll show that to you. And so you have nearby targets, but it's really what are you going to do when the trade starts to go against you? That's what makes that's where your real decision comes in. So right now you can dream and hope and 603.86, let's go. But once you start breaking down, your chances are you're going to be selling it right down there at 60, that 79.80 area. And that's trading. And, again, we got looking at, speaking of worthless Chinese stocks, there you go. Here's some.
Yeah, there you go. I love a good worthless Chinese stock. The more worthless and the bigger the scam, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
You know it, man.
As long as I'm long.
You know it.
As long as I'm long and it's going up, I hope it is a scam.
I believe this is China's version of Spotify. I'm not too sure. TME.
No, TME it is. That was one of my biggest winners last year, actually. So I do know this one very well.
Right. It's actually 2 Chinese kids listening to Pandora sitting in a closet and they went public. That's what this company
Dude, they're downloading music on LimeWire.
Yeah, Napster kids. Exactly. But again, irrelevant. Again, we're looking at blue lines and orange lines. So now that it collapsed, some of our players just bought this coming out of that little faux show bro area. We haven't got the bro, but at least you got a low risk trade here at $13 using 1278 as the out. So looking at this one today, what else is on the radar? Oh, some LiDAR.
Yeah, there you go.
If you guys know about LiDAR, lots of volume, lots of earnings, and again, still pump and dumpy. Chances are this thing's going to roll over and die. But anytime you see a stock breaking the pre-market highs, you don't want to be short. But right now, below prior day VWAP, looking like it's going to roll over. I don't know if you guys are enthusiastic about shorting a $2 stock, but this
no, I'm not actually. I was just looking at that. Probably not something I want to be doing.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, and then
I respect it though. It's just not for me. You know what I mean? Like people like pickles. I don't like pickles. Right. I respect that other people like pickles. I don't.
You got against pickles, man.
I just don't like them.
All right, that's cool.
I don't want them in my burger. I don't even want the sweat of the pickle anywhere near my burger.
Wow.
Creating a colorful pickle juice for the burger, no, ruins the burger.
Wow.
Keep the pickle away from me.
Hey, listen, I just like a lot of things too. So you probably drink wine with your burger, don't you?
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Nice Bordeaux with the burger. Hell yeah.
Of course you do. All right, so listen, right now, look at this. We're going a little parabolic right now, and you're just looking for that 602.50. So again, listen, very difficult to remain a shorter. I still do believe there'll be some volatility coming, but we also went over this lesson. It's a very, very vital lesson. In a sideways market, You don't want to go out. Let's say you believed, all right, this March 20th thing sounds good, and you out and start buying March 23rd puts on the market. You're down 50% now because the market's gone nowhere for the last 5 or 6 days. We've gone down, we've gone back up. Those options are disintegrating every single day. There's no need to go out, that many days and start speculating. Just wait till Thursday night or wait till Friday, because if we get a gap that starts to roll on Friday, then you're coming from a place of strength and you're getting that short position on at a much better price. So sit back and wait, my friends. This is the greatest trading ever. Even when there's not much going on underneath the surface, there is always a few trades that make a day's pay.
Make a day's pay is the best line ever. Kenny Glick, ladies and gentlemen, hit the bid. Go in there, put on a trade with him. Go actually buy the thing, sell the thing, or sell the thing first and then buy it back at a lower price. Either way, it's all good depending on the market. But shorting is short-lived and you're going to die. Don't forget, it's a bull market.
Oh, you have to say unalived. I'm live on TikTok, so they get frightened of that phrase. You will be unalived, as the kids say.
Is that really what they say?
Dead ass.
Hilarious.
Yes, I'm learning. Dead ass.
Yo, you want to go see Bon Jovi in Madison Square Garden in a couple months?
No.
Really?
I was
talking to Tommy last night. We're going to Bon Jovi at MSG. All right, get out of here.
See ya.
I love Kenny learning the Gen Alpha slang there.
That is kind of funny because the fact that he's older than I am, he's the one teaching me how the young kids talk. And by the way, what's sacrilege?
I was saying that the pickles, no pickles on the Cubana. That seems a bit.
Cuban sandwiches aren't even Cuban.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's some made up shit from Tampa.
Well,
the pickles comes from the Germans. The Germans want the pickles, right? And the Swiss cheese. Cubans don't eat fucking Swiss cheese.
I didn't
That's
mean
some
to,
European shit.
I didn't mean to start a whole thing. Okay.
Cuban sandwiches aren't even Cuban. Cubans don't eat mustard.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
That's some English shit, man. Some Germans.
I know it's a good sandwich. Hey, can we talk beat report, Strazza? Do we have any earnings? I think we do, because we've got Kenny mentioned the TME this morning, but we've got FedEx on Thursday, Alibaba's on Thursday. Got some retail. Lulu's tonight. Do we have anything of interest in the past couple of days? I feel like we must have had one or two, right?
All I'm thinking about with our beat report research since yesterday is NVIDIA.
Yeah, throw it up. Throw up that table.
Can we get that? Yeah, slide 4. There we go.
All right. Tell me why, Mr. Fundamental Analysis Guy, why should I give a damn about the earnings? And why are you why of all things that you're thinking about in the market, why is this what's most on your mind?
Well, he already explained a half hour ago. Why.
You've seen a shift in earnings sentiment, right? So as soon as they want this one again, it's going a lot higher. I think we're right around the corner. It's been a 4-quarter cold streak, 5-quarter cold streak in terms of reactions. The drift has been, okay, but still muted when you look over longer time frames. What I mean by that is since September of last year, when did NVIDIA start going sideways? Really, July of last year. It's been coiling for, you could argue, 8 months here. So I think it's just building up some energy for the next leg. If you throw up the chart, I know you just made it, Fonz. I don't know if it's ready. But on a weekly basis, look at the volatility compression. I mean, this one's tight. A big move's coming. This is not a bearish pattern either. This is just a beautiful continuation pattern and a market leader that's already hit 4 targets, right? Coiling above its most recent price objective. And you could even fib it out like the 161 from the base if you measure it from
Can I just tell you when Strazza breaks down the Fibonacci extensions? I love you, Strazza. You know that? It just makes me so happy.
And forget the 1109. That's
Look
not
at this. The fundamental guy throwing up the Fibonacci. You see how well-rounded Steve is? Dude, it makes me so happy. You got the fibs, you had the income statement before and the multiples. Look at this fucking guy.
We're doing it all right? No stone left.
I love it. I love everything about it.
The next target for NVIDIA is not this 277. It's like 415, okay? It's $10 trillion market cap. It's about 125% higher from here. That's where we're going. This is the best stock in the market, the best economics of any business in the world. They absolutely print money. Business is not slowing down. $1 trillion in sales. Just incredible. Good for you, NVIDIA.
Well, Strazza, that's the question, right? Is whether people actually believe him or not, right? Because right now, so far,
the market either doesn't believe it or it believes there's going to be significant margin compression, which I don't really see happening. I think there could be margin expansion. To be honest, I think we could go 500 basis points higher in terms of
margin
net
expansion
margin.
or multiple expansion.
I'm talking about margin expansion,
Okay.
but the market is pricing in some significant multiple.
But that margin expansion will mean multiple expansion too.
Yeah, eventually, in theory.
In theory, no, margins expand and price stays the same. It'll be multiple compression. But anyway,
okay.
It doesn't matter. The market, Spencer, you're right, doesn't believe this is permanent, right? The market thinks, okay, maybe you spike to $1 trillion in sales, and then what's it drop off to? It's almost looking right through this amazing year that Jensen Huang's laying out. Also, if you drop a VWAP anywhere,
I was waiting for this.
Because it's true. It's so real. This coil is so tight, so beautiful right now. And we're trying to go for it here this morning. We poked our head above the key level. If you drop a VWAP anywhere in the consolidation that began last summer, anywhere, okay, it's going to come in right between 184 and 186. Go try it at home. Anywhere. Drop a VWAP anywhere on the price chart starting in July. That level is 184 to 186. We have tagged that level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times over the past couple of weeks. We're right there again today. We break through this 186 level. NVIDIA's got a 190 handle on it. See ya. Heading to 200, then 400.
But you want to see a breakthrough on the close, right? Because it technically broke through. It broke through it yesterday. Right?
Wild. Something happened like 2:30 yesterday. The thing went berserk, and then it came all the way down.
Yeah.
So that big indecision day, they're battling it out at this key level. One big green candle out of here. You got to get behind it. We'll be buying the calls. I'm so ready. And then Circle. If you want to wrap up the beat report segment on a little Circle, do we have the Circle charts here? Look, I'm just going to drop some lines here. Someone said this is a stable coin play. I totally agree. Circle is obviously a stable coin play. Coinbase is not. Coinbase is a crypto ecosystem play. USDC.
But Coinbase benefits from Circle. Circle's just more of a pure play there, right?
Yes. Yeah. Coinbase does a lot. It's not just stable coins. USDC, so the stable coins in circulation grew 72% year over year to 75 billion. Transaction volume surged 250% to 11.9 trillion. Revenue for Circle jumped 77%. EBITDA exploded 412%, right? Showing, just how good the operating leverage is for a company like Circle. Coinbase, you could say the same thing. Some of these crypto brokers, exchanges, stablecoin, whatever, insane degree of operating leverage. So I love to see it. They're scaling their networks, and they're doing deals with partners like Visa and Intuit, and integrating into like real world payments. So double beat, 35% reaction, and really the post earnings drift in Circle is what's been so incredible. The stock's gone from 60 to over 120 off of the February lows. That's a quick double. So it's not just Coinbase. It's not just these tactical bases in Solana, Bitcoin. Some of the best stocks in the market, some of the best stories through this volatility are coming from the crypto equity space. Circle will be at the top of that list. You like it?
I think, it's one of those things where, am I going to chase this? Because I wasn't in it. I'm in the Bitcoin. I'm in the Coinbase. I'm in some of these semiconductors showing relative strength. See that Micron?
And look at the sentiment for the NVIDIA. I come out here, I say bullish things about a company that's literally printing money. You've never seen fundamental performance like this from any business in the world. And it's stuff like this. If you're modeling for $1 trillion in sales in NVIDIA in 2027, you're going to be disappointed. Okay, dude, maybe don't, grasp too strongly to that belief, because everything Jensen Huang has said for 4 years now, he's delivered on and then some. So to guess that trend is changing right here, right now, and the street's not too far away either. Street will get on board with this. They're going to re-rate the stock. It's going higher. But the sentiment's really good stuff. I appreciate the sentiment from the chat. A lot of haters, a lot of NVIDIA haters.
I like when Strazza gets feisty about the fundies.
It's not NVIDIA is the poster child for the entire AI thing, but it's not just NVIDIA. It's that nobody really knows whether they believe. Yeah. Are any of these companies going to actually spend what they say they're going to spend, right? And B, will that translate to actual revenue down the road? Nobody really knows. These numbers are so bonkers that no one believes it, frankly.
Hard to understand. They were more bonkers in May of 2023. That was like that was the tipping point moment when it was like, wow, Jensen's been saying this for 2 years now, but they're actually doing it. So I think it's just more of that. I mean, this company's executed phenomenally, hit all their numbers, continue to raise their guides, grow their margins, just really, really special stuff. And calls are cheap. I agree. Calls are cheap all around mega cap tech right now. AI is running on Intel chips. I don't think so, but America.
Yeah, wait, don't wait. Doesn't the government own Intel now? Right? Yeah, okay. Great.
Yeah, we got it for free, allegedly. I'll take the under.
Cool. Nice. All right.
Throw up slides 2 and 3. Let's just finish up the NVIDIA conversation here, just to show you what a big weighting it is in overall technology. They really look exactly the same. This is not a downtrend. It's really just a sideways trend, right? I think the market has proven that sideways for these guys is okay. Down is a problem. And so NVIDIA, big component of the overall market, it's the largest component of technology, representing 14%. Microsoft is down under 10% of the weighting as it's sold off. So NVIDIA, 14.6%. Apple 13.3, Microsoft under 10, Broadcom 5, Micron
Billy,
4, AMD 3, Palantir 3.
And hold on, Billy, go check the tape. He did say $1 trillion in sales. He is forecasting $1 trillion in sales for 2027. Okay,
run
this
it back.
Is not fake news here. Okay, you're getting the real facts here, facts only. It's what he said. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. It's what he said, and I trust him. And I think 9 times 2027 earnings for NVIDIA, a company that's growing their top and bottom lines at 5x year over year, is just bonkers. It's crazy. You're not going to get. This is the kind of thing where the people who don't buy this and don't participate in the coming upside for this stock will look back in a year or two and feel really freaking dumb. Because this isn't rocket science. It's very obvious what's going on here. Company continues to deliver. And are they not allowed to dance and digest gains, JC? Are the
That's
best
what I was going to
stocks
say.
in the world
It's been 8 months.
Consolidate?
Yeah, it's been 8 months now, right?
Yeah.
This
Right.
is great.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I think you got to let them dance, right?
They've been dancing. How much dancing are we going to do? Rally mode. Let's go.
It's about 8 months of dancing.
I need some Jensen Huang gear. I need some
A lot of
NVIDIA
dancing.
gear.
8 months of dancing. A lot of dancing.
Tech stocks look great. How quickly we forget and throw things out. They don't work for a couple quarters. Oh, AI. So you know what else it is too? The sentiment has also turned because it went from AI, super exciting, gonna change the world, but we have doubts, to AI could take my job and fuck my life up. Now I hate it. There's an element of that going on here in terms of like market psychology, right, and human behavior, and the sentiment towards these stocks. I think people are thinking about them differently now that we have all these crazy science fiction blogs coming out saying that they're going to steal everybody's jobs. I think people like it a little bit less.
I think
That was it was not a prediction, Steve.
I saw the Pew. You know the Pew? You guys know that?
Yeah,
No.
the Pew
Like in
Research.
church?
Yeah.
No, not the Pew at a church.
The
Oh,
Pew
the
Research.
Pew Research?
The
Yeah.
Pew of the
Pew
research.
Research.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Center.
So
I'm
they
familiar.
said, I think 18% of Americans were scared, were like negative towards AI, versus in Chinese, like 80% are for it.
Yeah.
Are
Wait,
80%
wait.
Yeah.
18% of Americans are for it. Is that
Right,
is
something like that.
okay.
15, 18%. Yep. And then 80% of the Chinese are for it.
Well,
It's communist country, so does the job market really matter that much?
Yeah. People don't
I don't
know. People don't know what they think. Also,
I'm just
so,
telling you.
Yeah.
I like the AI. I'm not scared.
I'm gonna
You
we should
scared?
get leather jackets, to show our unison with the Wong.
Leather. Oh, because he wears
That's
the
his
leather
thing.
jackets, right?
That's his black turtleneck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it. Yeah. This is not news to me.
Hey, programming note today at noon Eastern is the second weekly strategy session for Wave Traders. Strazza is going to host that. If you haven't gotten any of 10 trade alerts that has been sent out in the last, I guess, week and a half. Does that sound right to you? That approximately week and a half.
Yeah.
If you haven't gotten any of those, use this link on the screen, allstarcharts.com/ride the wave. Okay. And if you join before noon today, you can be there for the live strategy session, which is every Tuesday at noon. Okay. So there's that. And then also on top of that, Thursday, Strazza is hosting a special live stream just for new members, sort of like a new member orientation, right? So 2 things happening this week, one today, one Thursday. Use the link on the screen, allstarcharts.com/ride the wave. And it goes without saying, you'll get all the trade alerts, the ones, not the ones that have already gone out, obviously you missed that, but the ones that haven't gone out yet, right? So use that link on the screen, be there at noon today, allstarcharts.com/ride the wave. That's what I got to say.
It's going to be great. Thanks, Spencer.
Yep, you are welcome. Elsewhere on the headline front, before we bring on Phil, there actually really wasn't much overnight. We did not really discuss yesterday. We didn't discuss the NBIS. Well, we did a little bit, I think, as Kenny may have mentioned it. There's a couple other headlines that I had on my list, but not really super important. Just things that are kind of moving stocks in the pre-market session. And we have a tendency sometimes to just ignore that because, again, like I said, they're not the most important things in the world. Things like this rumored Meta layoff, right? They're apparently laying off 3,000 people. Reuters says that. Meta kind of denied it. So that was kind of yesterday's headline. Micron was in the news yesterday. They had a deal. And the stock was up on that. So there isn't really much this morning, honestly. The big headline today is NVIDIA, and maybe the Strait of Hormuz is opening to some oil tankers, allegedly. Those are kind of the big things happening. The
Hormuz, are they letting the ships go through? We are one tweet away, or really, I don't know if even a tweet does it. The ships.
Did somebody say Hormuz?
Yeah, I did.
It's a great word, the Hormuz. It sounds like something a nice Mediterranean sauce, like something you would dip a pita into, a little Hormuz.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Like, can I get a side of Hormuz with my,
I would love a side of Hormuz.
Yeah, can I get extra carrots with my Hormuz?
Put some Hormuz on that gyro.
That's right. You're not wrong.
Other things happening. Delta Airlines raised their.
I remember. Hold on, this is a true story. I remember 05, 06 when energy was moving early in my career. I thought it was so cool because I knew where the Strait of Hormuz was, And I'm like, bro, you don't know where the Strait of Hormuz is? What are you, some kind of idiot or something? Like, what are you doing? You don't know where the Strait of Hormuz is? Psst. Do you even know geography? Psst.
Get a map, dude.
It's in a map, bro.
I saw a stat. It's probably not true, but 3/4 of Americans, 2/3, whatever the number was, couldn't even identify Iran on a map, which I probably believe, actually. But other headline, Delta Airlines raised their Q1 revenue growth guidance, which is interesting timing. That Delta did this morning.
I heard you can't get through the airport right now.
Yeah. So, there's like a TSA. There's still like a partial government shutdown, so people who work for TSA aren't getting paid right now. That's causing some traffic jams, I think, at airports. But kind of a weird time for an airline to raise their guidance in the midst of a massive oil supply shock. But hey, who am I to question? So Delta Airlines shares are up a little bit on that this morning. Kind of the only headline of note that I wanted to mention. Kind of like I said, kind of a quiet day. I want to make sure we covered all the other charts, and then we'll bring on Phil. We'll go look at the deck here. Oh, can we just bring up the slide? I guess it's 125. Rick or Dan or whomever you are. Just to bring up the calendar real fast. You know what? I got it. Doesn't matter. Just wanted to kind of set the table for the week here.
Buy the cryptos.
So this is for this week. Like I said, kind of, there's still some big names due to report. FedEx is big.
I saw Five Below in the wild yesterday.
FedEx is important. Alibaba was important, right? Five Below, not so important. But
who shops there?
I have one near me.
Is it a dollar store or it's a $5 store?
Yeah, it's like you know what it is? It's cheap tchotchkes for your kids is what it is. That's exactly. Okay. Yeah, it's school supplies and cheap tchotchkes for your kids. JC could probably buy a lot of stuff there because
Lululemon love the sweatpants, hate the stock.
Yeah, they're gonna report tonight. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. We got Phil Perlman in the house. Dr. Phil. Let's bring him out and then
Bring 'em
we'll get out of
Mason.
here and do the open bar. It's gonna be
Go
fun.
Baba.
Well, good morning.
What's up, crew?
Are we
Girl dog.
fasting? Are we fasting?
What is that? Happy Mardi Gras? Is today Mardi Gras, JC? You got Mardi Gras? Very nice.
You could tell you didn't go to Catholic school, Perlman. Mardi Gras already passed. That is
Oh, it's
the
already
day
Mardi
before
Gras.
Lent.
It's St. Patrick's Day.
That's right.
Very good.
One of my favorite Italians, St. Patrick. All-time
joke.
favorite Italians. Him and Mike
What's up?
Piazza. Two of the
What's
best.
up? What's up, crew?
Phil,
Hey,
we
so I
fast-
see General Mills reports too. You're talking about those reports this week.
Oh yeah.
You got General Mills reporting. I
Tell
hope
us
they
how
go to
much you
zero.
hate General
Phil's
Mills.
favorite company.
Tell us, Phil, how you really feel.
So here's the deal. So they put a heart-shaped cereal bowl
That's right.
on the cover of the Cheerios box.
It's heart healthy.
healthy.
It's heart healthy.
It's heart healthy to imply
Yeah.
imply that it's heart healthy. Meanwhile, it's just a processed carbohydrate, like right to the noggin. Couldn't be a worse way to start the day. It's bullshit, and they should go to. They're like the Philip Morris of the 20s, of the 2020s. It's 2020, right? 2025, 2026.
And the stock's getting the shit kicked out of it over the last month.
Oh, dude. And they report Wednesday, and may they go to zero. And
been
you know
told-
what? That's my Schadenfreude. You know what I mean? I don't wish bad on anybody except for General Mills and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's really it.
I mean, I've been told for my entire life that Cheerios is a great way to start your day. So I don't
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. It's all bullshit. And it's all, you want a conspiracy theory. Okay. I know this is like the age of that kind of thing. This is one that you can get behind, right? Them pushing. Okay, I said enough. What's going on, guys? Said enough. Came out here, said enough.
So let me ask you this, Phil. So the Irishman,
Yeah.
very Catholic, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, and so even they'll tell you that during Lent they don't drink during Lent. The good Catholics, but St. Patrick's Day, it's okay, right? There's the exception there.
Yeah.
That makes the rule. You were always talking about the exception. You eat cake on birthdays because you like cake. Like exceptions are okay, right?
Well, here's how I look at it. Everybody's going to just do what they do. It's not for me. You determine your own reality. You determine your own. If you want to,
But you do it. What do you mean it's not for you? You make exceptions. You eat cake on birthdays.
Yeah, for my kid's birthday, that's what I do.
Right.
That's my exception.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that.
You eat watermelon too.
I love watermelon. It's a seasonal. Is it a vegetable or a fruit? What is a watermelon? I don't know. The seeds are inside. Does that make it a fruit?
And you take bong rips and drink tequila on Saturdays. Like that's your exception.
I did that right before coming on today. I'm still, if you look really closely, you'll still see a little smoke haze.
No, that third one, Phil, doesn't do that at all, actually.
Let me tell you, I used to do that a long time ago. I could do the bong rips with the best of anybody, but those days are long gone. I left that all behind. I'm taking good care of myself. I want to live a long time.
Yeah, Phil's biggest problem is that he likes watermelon. That's the biggest problem, Phil. You think he's doing all right.
It's delicious.
Watermelon
It is delicious, but I'm saying if that's your biggest problem, you're probably doing okay.
It's better than the Pringles.
That's what he says. Phil always says, the carrots aren't going to kill you, JC. It's the
Right.
Carrots and hummus. Great snack, right, Phil? Carrots and hummus.
little starchy.
Carrots and hummus is a little bit starchy, but if
Mousse
you're
was a food, it would be starchy for Phil too.
Listen, every individual is a little bit different. If you're running 25, 30 miles a week and you're lean and mean and you want to have a little carrots and hummus, it's totally great. Yeah. On the other hand, if you're, suffering with diabetes and it's getting worse, you might want to stay away from the hummus. And that's the thing. Yeah, but you just give me. As a matter of fact, this is a good segue because this is what I want to talk about today. Is that getting better at anything begins with one set, one repetition. So Mike Bellafiore, back in the day, I don't know if you guys know that. I know you guys know him, but those watching, if you don't know Mike Bellafiore, he wrote a great book called One Good Trade.
Yeah.
One Good Trade. Great title.
Yeah.
Right? You want to get better at trading, you make one good trade. So you have your sizing right, you have your entry right, you have your risk set before you get in the trade, and you make that one trade. So, like, if you're having a lot of problems trading today, with the bell, and if you haven't made any trades yet today, you could wait half the day, and you make one good trade. And by the way, whether you make money on it or lose money on it, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Go look up Annie Duke resulting, right? She talks about the process is the thing, not the result. So you make one good trade. You get the position sizing right, the entry, the exit, and that's it. And then you go on and do the same thing again tomorrow. One good trade. Same is true with your health. One good day. Me and Strazza were just talking about this the other day. You don't have to go a lifetime, right? You just start with today. You make one good day. Today, for me, I'm going to do a light little run. I'm going to go to bed before 10 o'clock. I'm going to eat really clean. Actually, I'm not even going to eat. It's a fasting day, but that's part of my one good day. I do that periodically. But you just have one good day of your health, of taking care of you.
Dudes out here fasting on St. Patty's. This is what we're dealing with here. Fasting on St. Patty's.
I'm getting back on the Perlman program. Okay, it's been a couple years. We're gonna get so freaking fit out here. No, it's a happy St. Patrick's Day. No whiskey for me.
There you go.
Big box of meat on the way, Phil.
Perlman, I haven't had a whiskey in probably, it might be a month since I've had the whiskey. I can have a couple whiskeys tonight, right?
You do whatever you do. There's no, remember we had a conversation a while back. We'll have to go look for that and put it up somewhere about, immorality and ethics. And it's like, people are going to do what they do. You make choices. It's just choices. It was about work-life balance.
Yeah. There's no balance. Decisions.
There's no balance. There's just choices. There's zero work-life balance. It's just the choices you make. You could go do anything you want. You could go work 20 hours a day and kill yourself. That's fine. That's what you do. Me, I'm not going to do that. But Strazza is back on the program, bro. He's going to be lean, mean fighting machine.
You know that the program means that you can't have croquetas before the morning show.
You don't worry about my program, sir. Okay, me and Phil got
in between commercial breaks.
None of your business. I'm not eating croquettes in commercial breaks, Mr. Got a bagel
having
for the
cannolis for breakfast over here before the morning show. It's
I know.
Roman program.
I know. He was like, I remember we were talking one time, and he was like, the first thing he asked me was like, so I go and have these pastries in the morning. That's not okay. You're telling me that? You're telling me that's not okay? I'm like, Strazza, come on, man.
Those were the answer. Those were the old days.
Get some in the chat. What's wrong with watermelon?
Watermelon's great. Don't let any haters. Listen, here's the thing. Watermelon compared to steak is not great. But compared to a candy bar or Pringles, it's fantastic. And so the energy density of watermelon compared to Cheetos is much lower. It's much, much better. Cheetos. If you're obese, do you want to eat a lot of watermelon? No, you don't. But a little bit of watermelon and seasonal. It's a very natural thing because it's seasonal. Three months a year.
If you don't look like a watermelon, it's okay to eat watermelon.
Exactly. That's a principle to live by. Right.
Fruit is fine in moderation, right?
But
not all fruits are created equal. Which is a hilarious thing. Berries are fantastic. Berries are great.
Antioxidants.
Antioxidants and relatively low carbohydrates.
I saw a documentary recently about some freak fruitarian. All he ate was fruit for so long his teeth rotted from all the sugar or acid.
Yeah, whatever. And he's going to have, and the other, it's terrible. It's all sugar. And the other problem with that is sarcopenia because, and that's like age-related muscle loss because you're not getting enough protein. That's a bad thing.
Right.
Not good.
All right.
So one good trade today, guys. You're having a bad streak. You're getting churned around. You're getting cut up. Just make one. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do anything else. You make one good trade. The result doesn't even matter. Go look up Annie Duke and resulting if you're not sure about that.
Nice.
Dude, by the way, Solaris finally, man, 14.5% today. You know, this is one of those situations where, like, you would think I'd be happy about the Solaris, and I am. But, dude, it's been so frustrating waiting for this goddamn thing to break out. But it did. So, hey, finally. Shit.
Nice stick there. Really nice stick.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. Is there an open claw ETF yet? Do we have an open claw ETF?
No.
Do they have that?
There should be, though. It's all the hotness.
I think you just create that immediately. If you're watching and you have kids, you have high school, college age kids, just tell them about OpenClaw. It'll be up to them whether they choose to follow it or not. But like, you know, there's this concept called conservatism, cognitive processing conservatism. Humans are poor at processing new information. We're like Commodore 64s back in the old days. And so what's happening right now is a boom, is a big bang. And it's called OpenClaw. And Jensen was talking about it yesterday at the big thing. You're hearing about it in all the news cycles. But the problem with the news cycles is you hear about it and then they're off to the next story. You know what I mean? Like they're like, oh, OpenClaw is the biggest thing since sliced bread. Oh, and they're bombing in Iran. And, you know, and then they're off of it. But I'm telling you, when these things happen, they're huge. And the reverberations and the aftershocks and the after effects get bigger, right? It's like reverse theta. It like gets bigger with time, not decay. And so with OpenClaw, this is going to be a thing that's massive. If you're like, it's too late for you to understand it, that's fine. But let your kids know about it. Now, you know, if they like are interested, you just did them an incredible favor with their life.
I'm full bull on the AI.
Dude, Euro ripping balls again today, having a week.
Biggest trend of the last 2 days is dollar fading pretty hard here.
Dude, hard, right at VWAP from those highs.
Yep. What a level.
All right, let's get out of here. Strazza is going to go live in a few minutes for the open bar.
10 o'clock.
Every Tuesday at 10 o'clock. So the open bar is back open today. It was closed last week. It's open today. So if you're watching,
you know what kind of communist shit they have in Massachusetts? That happy hours are illegal in the state of Massachusetts. You know this?
What?
I would move.
Happy hours are illegal. You cannot have drink specials for happy hour in the state of Massachusetts.
Okay, but what about the 1980s? How about the food specials?
I don't know the answer to that, but that's not the point.
You know, I'm not a drinker, but I have a solution for that. You put a bar in your basement and you have your friends over.
Like the open bar.
I don't agree. I agree with a lot of things Phil says, but this whole like homebody stay at home thing, go out and enjoy yourselves, make bad decisions.
I love staying at home. I hate leaving my house.
And steal stuff from work.
I agree with everything you say.
Steal stuff from work too. Just take it home with you. Get steal a computer, take a desk.
Don't do that.
Case of white out.
If you're watching us on YouTube, this stream will end, automatically redirect you to the open bar going live in 15 minutes. Thank you for watching. Shout out to Cheerios. I had this Cheerio case when I was a wee lad, and I had a Cheerio case for my Cheerios, and it was a lot of fun. So apparently that was propaganda.
Cheerios, bro.
Yeah.
Poison.
All right. Anyway. Yeah, I didn't know they were killing me. I was 4 years old. What did I know?
Tony the Tiger is actually I mean he's a criminal. He's an axe murderer.
Okay.
Dude, I was so Frosted Flakes. It's not even funny. I would chop them up and snort them.
They had at Costco on Friday. They were giving away samples of Frosted Flakes.
Dude, I would pick out the marshmallows from the
Lucky Charms. Okay.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah. We're done. Thanks for watching. Drop us a like. Go make some money. All right.
Great show today.
The Cubans are the Irish of the Caribbean.
Maybe.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs.